Hey y'all, I'm Ashley, the founder of Amplify Voices of Color, otherwise known as AVOC. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, which you probably are, since this is the first video I've posted, go ahead and smash that subscribe button so that you're notified every time I put out a new video. Also, if you haven't already read the About tab on this channel, no worries. I've opted to create this video for you to give you all the information you need to know about AVOC. So, AVOC. What is AVOC? What is Amplify Voices of Color? Well, it's really simple. AVOC is focused on getting the word out to people of color about the enrichment of adventure and the joy that the great outdoors can bring to your life. This channel will mainly focus on people who are interested in getting into hiking, backpacking, camping, and trail running. So, why this mission is important to you. I know a lot of you out there are on social media and see all of these pictures and videos that people post from all of these beautiful places and wonder, wow, I can't do that because that's just not something that my community does. And I'm here to tell you that that is not true and that is not the case, and you can do this too. Serena didn't take over tennis in a year. It took a career. Tiger didn't take over golf in a year. It took a career. And I'm hoping that you're coming along on this journey with me and understanding the outdoors, getting familiar with the outdoors, and loving the outdoors and adventure just as much as I've learned to love it. So why this mission is important to me? Well, I was born and raised in Washington State, and as you know, Washington State is known for its amazing bodies of water, the Cascade foothills, the beautiful Native American culture here, as well as our mountains. We have some of the tallest, highest peaks in the United States, and they're all here in Washington State. So I've been hiking around Washington State area for 10 years now. I've also done some interstate backpacking trips as well, and then also some international backpacking trips sprinkled in the mix there in the past 10 years. So I've been learning and going through different experiences with backpacking and camping and overall hiking in this area and just really enjoying my time. However, growing up, this is not something that our community or family did, and there were many reasons on why that was. One of them being the knowledge gap. Another one being access. Specifically on knowledge, we didn't know what we needed before we went. Everything from directions, parking, permits, wildlife training, what kind of equipment, etiquette, none of that was known to us. So it made it really difficult as a barrier to want to get into it when you just lack the basic knowledge to get yourself out there. You know, I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and this is, where the internet is still coming up to speed on being a great source of information. We didn't have apps yet either to tell us if we were en route or off route to keep us safe as well. So that wasn't something that we had. And if you didn't know how to read a map and you weren't a map expert, you just simply weren't going. We also didn't have family or friends to really show us the way on how to navigate some of these knowledge gaps. So that was also another barrier for us in wanting to get into it. And then going back to access, many times you need gear or apparel that is specific for hiking or camping or snowboarding that is really costly, and you don't necessarily know what kind of gear you need to have a good trip. And if you don't get the right kind of gear, or if you get the less quality gear, you could end up in a world of hurt if your gear breaks. So with this many barriers in the way, it made it really difficult for us to want to get out into the wilderness and into the outdoors. So what do you do when you're facing so many barriers? Sometimes it's easier to just go with the path of least resistance. In our case, the path of least resistance was we just didn't go. So AVOC is here to help you gain your bearings on how to get the right gear, to get the right apparel, to go have a great time outdoors safely. So every week, I'll be doing a review on a piece of gear or apparel that I own and giving my opinion on the fit, form, and functionality of the gear or apparel in an overall review. And in these reviews, we'll be keeping it real with our viewers on products that we love and products that we don't love. We'll also be keeping it objective by providing a scoring rubric that we will showcase on the overall fit, form, and functionality, as well as the overall quality of the product as it relates to the price point and the overall value of the product. And in case you're wondering, all of the products that we will be reviewing are 100% purchased by AVOC. We don't accept any sort of compensation from the brands in which we will be reviewing. And these are our own opinions on our own thoughts on how we feel about the products based off of our usage of the products. Also, while this channel will mainly focus on women of color, we welcome all walks of life to subscribe and engage with us in comments on product reviews, as well as general techniques and tips that you have for your outdoor adventuring. So that's my overview of this channel. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment on this video and I'll be sure to get back to you. Other than that, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and smash that like button for me. We really do appreciate the support, and it really does help us build the audience that we're looking for with your thumbs up. Other than that, make sure you tune in for the next video where we'll be going over the grading rubric that will be used for apparel and gear. So until then, happy adventuring.